Good afternoon, hockey fans, and welcome to the IRA Civic Center in Grand Rapids for tonight's boys high school hockey game between the Holy Family Catholic Fire and the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. Well, we have a special guest running camera and doing color commentary today. He is the assistant coach of the Grand Rapids Greenway Lightning, Reed Larson. Reed, thank you for joining us and bailing us out today as Blake is up in Roseau this weekend.
Oh, my pleasure today, Randy. Fun to do in my home rink here at the IRA Civic Center, and great opportunity to join the up north crew here for tonight, and fun to do. It's always a great place to watch hockey, and I've been watching you guys here for the entire season. With the new streaming that you've done, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, well, we appreciate you helping us out today. Certainly looking forward to your insight on the Grand Rapids hockey program. Obviously, you have a lot of knowledge there. You went over and watched the Greenway and Holy Family play last night, so it'll be interesting. We'll have to talk about that game a little bit today as well.
Yeah, I got a good view of Holy Family last night over in Coleraine. Greenway was a little bumped up from the night before. They've had some sickness, some injuries, but they worked hard, and of course, Coach Clafton getting his guys working the way they work for him over there. It was tough to see them down and out with numbers, but of course they still work hard. So, but I got a good look at what Holy Family has to bring tonight.
And both teams are on the ice now. Just a quick word from our sponsors. The Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth. They offer casual family dining and a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or your favorites from the full menu. The Rink Sports Grill offers 8 large screen TVs, 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never miss a minute of the game. The Rink Sports Grill offers large and small group seating with meeting areas available. Full menu, limited menu, or buffet. They can cater your event, party, or meeting. The Rink Sports Grill at 301 Hattrick Avenue. Check them out today. And also Minnesota Twist Drill. They are a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey, and they wish best of luck to all the players on the season ahead and to have fun. Again, thank you to our sponsors, the Rink Sports Grill and Minnesota Twist Drill for their season-long commitment. Just looking at Holy Family, their leading scorer comes in, Trey Fecco. He has 10 goals, 11 assists, 21 points on the season. Their second leading scorer is Lucas Jorgensen with 3 goals, 17 assists, and 20 points on the season. And Nick Blood with 6 goals, 11 assists for a total of 17 points. And in goal for Holy Family, in goal, they have number 29, Dylan Hellwilly. He comes in with a 5-7 record on the season with a goals against average of 3.41 and a save percentage of .894. Their last game for Holy Family was a victory over Greenway, 5-1 last night. And for the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks, Joey Del Greco leads the team with 3 goals, 7 assists for a total of 10 points. Hunter Bischoff with 6 goals, 4 assists for a total of 10 points. And Braden Holcomb, 1 goal, 7 assists for a total of 8 points. Their goaltender, Carter Clafton, comes in with a record of 5-4 with a goals against average of 2.61 and a save percentage of .903. Their last game was a win over Forest Lake last Friday night, which we had right here in Up North Hockey. It was a 6-2 victory. The Grand Rapids starting lineup is being introduced as we speak.
Well, it's been an interesting setup here for Coach Wade Chido this season. He's got a lot of depth. He's got 4 lines. He's got a 5th one that plays in the JV game and a 6th one that could be the 4th line on any given night for the Thunderhawks. It's something that we haven't seen a lot of over the course of the last decade, is the amount of depth that this program has right now. They've got some high-end talent. They've got some young players, and very exciting for the program right here, especially newly named head coach Wade Chido.
Well, great rendition of the national anthem performed this afternoon, and both teams making final preparations for the start of today's game. Well, it should be a fun game. Both teams are got some good talent on both sides of the ice here.
Yeah, Holy Family actually has 4 really solid lines here. Just watching last night's, you've got the Fetchko line with Jorgensen and Blood, and that line actually scored 4 of the 5 goals last night. 2 goals from Fetchko and 1 from Jorgensen that I can recall. I didn't see the 4th goal, so I didn't get who got that one, but those guys were actually in on all 4 of the 5 goals that I know of for sure, and they do play that line quite often. Against Greenway, they were able to play 4 lines. I don't know that you'll see that tonight against Grand Rapids.
So we're ready to go here in Grand Rapids. Afternoon of hockey is underway between Holy Family and Grand Rapids as the Jorgensen fires it behind the net, left by Clifton. Peart knocks it over around the side over to Murphy. Now behind the net is Peart bringing through, gets it over to Young. Back over to Peart. Peart comes through, trying to center it through, and missed his guy through the middle of Murphy.
Well, real early you can see Coach Chido not afraid to try to stretch the ice a little bit tonight.
And draw 1, and we got a stoppage here.
You get a player like Jack Peart, anything can happen when it comes to stretching the neutral zone. He's got so much skill, Randy.
And trying to held it in as Murphy gets it out here to center ice, and picked up by the Holy Family and brought in by Anderson, but he's in offside there. One thing I've been impressed with is Grand Rapids. They seem to score goals in bunches. They did it against Minnetonka. They did it against Forest Lake last Friday night here.
Well, they strive a lot on having a little bit of momentum, Randy, and they've got the powerhouse crew to do that. When they see offense, it's almost like a shark. When they see blood, they go after it.
And now inside the zone, brought out, knocked out by the Thunderhawks. And back to get it is Lewin. Levin fires it in for the Fire. Brought out to center ice now. This is Roloffs over to Levin. Levin trying to work it in here. And the Thunderhawks will bring it out as Peart sends it ahead to Brous. Brous moving in. Shot right on. Save. Brous again. Loose puck in front. Brous another chance. Backhander. And the Fire are going to clear it out here as Lewin will dump it down, and Carter Clafton leaves it off for Peart. Peart comes in and moves it ahead to Brous. Brous at center ice here and picked up by Jorgensen. Back to Brous. Brous with it, gets it over on the other side to Bonner, and he fires it in. Bonner, of course, our player of the game for last Friday's game against Forest Lake. Had a nice night. And fired it in here as the Fire bring it in as Fetko over in the corner. Jorgensen back in her to help out. And coming to where is Peart. He gets it over on the other side to Miskovich, and he fires it into the corner. And big hit placed on by Ron. And moving around is Murphy out in front of the net. Loose puck in front. Chance for Holcomb to get that rebound, but goaltender Willie made a big save there. A couple good chances there, Reed, for Grand Rapids.
Yeah, good opportunities for the Thunderhawks there. And one of the things that I noticed right out of the gate is the Fire are not used to seeing this team speed like they saw last night. They saw a hard-working crew, and their speed overtook the Raiders last night, but they're not used to, just from what they saw last night, the kind of speed they're seeing right now up front with the Thunderhawks. Good opportunity to the net there by McCrae Murphy, and a little bit of follow-up with Wyatt Miskovich in front, just banging away at it.
And now behind the net is picked up by Morquay. And Del Greco in there to help out. Del Greco now moving it out here. And it's going to be Wilson's going to try at it here. Let's try to get it out of the zone here. As he out to center now. Picked up by the Fire. On the other side, I couldn't see the number on the other side, was Redden. And there's a drive over the top of the net. Lewin keeping it in here now is Lindberg as well, keeping it in for the Fire here. This is Lewin over to Lindberg. Lindberg will bring it through center ice. Lindberg moving it in. Lindberg is shot right out. Rebound Carter Clafton into the corner. And now picked up behind the net. It's back in there to get Morquay. Over on the other side, fired out by the Thunderhawks and back into the Fire zone. Picked up by Heisel, bring it out there, and other side to run. Now picked up by Bonner. Behind the net is Brous. As controlled, Brous hit it for the moment there. And back out to center. Comes out to Zelke and fired in to Holcomb. Loose puck in front. Picked up by the Fire and dumped out. Length of the ice, and we're going to whistle and an icing. Minnesota Twist Drill is one of our sponsors, and they wish best of luck to all the players on this season ahead and to have fun. Jorgensen out to take the draw against Holcomb. And he's going to get tossed out of the circle. Nope. And controlled behind the net is the Fire as Anderson getting it out here and picked up now by Peart. Peart over to Young. Young tries to get across the ice here. Picked up by Holcomb. Where's it back to Peart. Racing back to get it was Fecko. And now Wilson picks it up here, or Murphy picks it up. Murphy brings it through center ice. Gets it over Holcomb. Holcomb pass over to Miskovich. He put it wide of the net there. Good chance for the Thunderhawks here. And they're turned away by the Fire. Blood fires it back into the Grand Rapids zone. 11:34 left here in period number 1. 0-0 is our score. Peart brings it ahead. Gets it ahead to Young. Young tips it in. Back to get it now is Lewin. And brought out the other side is Heiss. Knocks it ahead into the Thunderhawk zone. And they're going to get icing there.
One of the things I noticed last night just watching the Fire over at Coleraine is they've got really good defensemen. So you're going to notice Grand Rapids likes to play a really active defensive zone, an aggressive defensive zone. They like to overload one side. You're going to see their D get a little bit more involved in the play, which is going to have to back off the forwards just a little bit up top. If they get too aggressive, they may run into some problems up front with that good D-core.
There's Del Greco. Del Greco wheeling behind the net. He's got some speed through center, and he gets knocked off the play as Heiss makes a nice defensive play, but Grand Rapids gets it back. Del Greco behind the net now. Has Bischoff in front. Del Greco with it. Back out of the point. Fired in by Wilson. Gets blocked in front. Del Greco trying to play it here, and Bonner in there to help it out. The Fire getting it out here is sent out to center. And picked up by Cameron, fires it in. And Clafton out there to play it, leaves it. And now picked up by the Redden. Had it for the moment. And here comes the other chance the other way. Here's Browse with a shot right on. A hard drive into the wall. And a great save by Hal Willie.
Well, that's one of the things you'll see right there is if we get a chance to stretch the ice here a little bit with team speed like Grand Rapids has up front, Wade Browse just gets an awesome break towards a loose puck. But like we mentioned before, their defense is really solid. They're going to be able to play that puck. They're going to be able to play the guy with that speed a little bit better than some of the other teams we've seen here recently.
And Redden moves it through center ice and fires it in behind Clafton. And now that picked up by his Bonner in the corner. Bonner trying to get it out here is back in. Picked up by Peart behind his own net here. Peart with it. Peart sends it over on the other side. And Young. Young with it here and fighting with Limke. Limke has it. Fire Limke and in there and coming away with it. Taken away. And we're going to get a penalty. Power play coming up for the Thunderhawks. Their power play has been pretty dangerous this year.
When you got some of the talent that they've got a couple of players. Actually, sophomore Jory Del Greco is just dangerous with the puck on his stick. He was on the Bantam team last year that I coached, the AA Bantams in Grand Rapids. He just controls it from down low. But when you've got two defensemen like Easton Young and Jack Peart that are out here that can control it from the top, they're going to have success no matter what you do.
Young is going to go back to get it as Peart here. Peart gets it back to Young. Just underway here. First period, 9:14 left here. Grand Rapids on the power play. Peart driving it in. Peart puts it over the top of the net and into the netting.
You can see they're trying to take advantage of some of the speed that they got right now, and my recommendation would be just feel out the PK here a little bit. They like to pressure. If you have to try to do everything on the rush right now, you're probably going to make up. You're going to give up some opportunities here. I think Rapids maybe needs to slow it down and set their power play up here a little bit.
Peart now gets it over to Young. Young back to Peart. Peart fires over to the other side, over to Bischoff, and back to Peart here. Over to Young. Over to Bischoff. He puts it over the top of the net. Great opportunities. The upper shelf was open. Del Greco tries to keep it in play. And great chance for the Thunderhawks there. They just couldn't capitalize.
Nice little setup right there. It went up top to Captain Jack Peart. He finds Easton down on the side of the umbrella, and he's actually on his strong hand. Strong side versus in a spot where he can one-time the puck. He slides that thing over to Bischoff on his offside. One times it just over the top of the net.
Yeah, this is Holcomb. And inside to Murphy. Back to Holcomb here. Holcomb back to Peart. Peart has got a Young over on his defensive partner side. Here's Holcomb. Back to Peart. Peart with a drive on. He scores! Jack Peart is going to get the Thunderhawks on the board. And it's a power play goal.
Right there, Randy. They were looking to get that puck to Peart, and whether he shoots the puck or whether Easton Young shoots it over there and actually flip-flop sides. Easton was on his forehand side with the first power play unit. Then they switched, put different forwards out, but they left both Young and Peart out on the ice for the second power play unit. Young moved over to his one-time spot on the other side. You knew one of those two guys was going to shoot the puck, Randy, and when Peart gets it, you got a pretty good chance of seeing that in the back of the net.
And on the assist, Holcomb and Murphy on the Peart power play goal. Well, we talked about it. Their power play is so dangerous, and they took advantage of it there, Reed.
Yeah, they sure did, and that was actually their second power play unit, but they had their first power play unit defensemen that were out there. They had both Easton Young out there and Jack Peart out there. But McCray Murphy getting an assist on that as well, just from being able to move the puck up top.
Markway firing a shot in there.
Man, anytime you get an opportunity to get the puck up to Peart and he has that much time to shoot the puck, it's going to be dangerous.
And this is over on the other side, kept in by Markway as the Thunderhawks bring it back in, fired back into Markway, hits the referee there, and Del Greco's going to get it here. Del Greco sends it over to Miller. Miller behind the net. He loses an edge, drops down there as the Thunderhawks turn it back in, though. Keep it back in as Miller. Miller racing in. He's got Del Greco. Del Greco trying to make a move towards the net here. Del Greco with it here. In the corner, now picked up by the Fire as Lund brings it out here to center. Del Greco and fired in by Bischoff. Bischoff with it, trying to get over to Del Greco. Limke moves it ahead. Limke moves it out here and back as Roloffs fires it ahead into the Thunderhawks zone, and Limke in there. Limke fires it right off on a weird angle on Carter Clafton and gets the shot on net there. The Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth offers casual family dining in a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of our daily specials from the menu or your favorites for the menu.
Well, Clapton with a big save on that play.
There's and
another opportunity for the Fire right there in their second line center. The Limke with a shot right over the top of the net. He had a good opportunity to score right there, Randy.
Yeah, great opportunity for the Holy Family, of course. The Rink Sports Grill, they also offer 8 large screens, TVs, and two 10-foot projection screens, so you never have to miss a minute of the game. And fired into the corner is sent in. That was Lindbergh. Back the other way comes the Thunderhawks as Miskovich puts a shot right on. Good chance for the Thunderhawks there.
Well, that's the one thing this goalie didn't see much of last night was a whole lot of shots. I think the time that I left in the third period with about 7 minutes left in the game, I think he'd only seen right around 20 shots at that point in time.
And this is Murphy. And back to Young on the point. He fires it in. Holcomb trying to keep it in here as Peart gets it behind the shot right on. Back behind the net is Miskovich. Miskovich back to Young. Young can't keep it in play there. Is back over to help out, and Murphy moves it around in the zone. Murphy centering pass, goal! No, they waved it off. There's no goal there. As Holcomb put a shot towards the net here.
Well, that hit pipe.
That hit the pipe, right?
But the light went on. He's checking with Mr. Mark Brenny there behind the net to check to see what he thought. They're talking about it, but that hit solid iron and came right out. Captain Wyatt Miskovich is asking questions right there, but it doesn't make that sound if it hits anything inside the net. It's a different sound when it hits. That was a high-toned pink sound, and that's the sound of an exterior pipe, so you do the math.
All right, so great call by the referee here. Holcomb wins that draw here and picked up by Jorgensen. Gets it over to Ron, and bringing out here is as Young will fire it in. Young with a shot on goal and a chance for the Thunderhawks again. Thunderhawks definitely controlling play here, Reed.
Yeah, they certainly are. There's 7 shots to 1 right now, and actually the Fire have had another opportunity. That second shot they could have had on net actually went over the net, so not a whole lot of offensive chances for the Fire right now, but Grand Rapids getting a lot of shots on net right now is exactly what they need to do.
Yeah, the shot was blocked down. Wilson had the shot on net there, shot towards the net, and it got blocked down, and a hand pass, so they're going to bring it out into the Grand Rapids zone here. 5:25 left here, period number 1. Grand Rapids 1, Holy Family 0. And the fired in, shot, goal! Spencer Lewin back on the point. Wow, that was a wrister.
That was right off the face-off there. Wow. That's their top defenseman. Number 18 and number 22 are their top 2 defensemen there, and that was right off the face-off, a shot that was right underneath the crossbar on the left-hand side of Carter Claft. Didn't even see that coming. It was right off the draw.
So that goal coming at 11:37 from Spencer Lewin. We'll try to cut the assist there.
I'm guessing that assist is going to go to the center who won the face-off, which should have been number 9, I believe.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Wasn't able to pick up the assist there. And there's a shot on that gets blocked through traffic by Bischoff. Back over on the other side is Goring. Goring with it here, and Del Greco in there to help out. Back to Wilson. Back on the other side is Zelke put a shot on. And got blocked through traffic. Picked up behind the net now is the Fire trying to get it out here. Sent out by Olympke. And now Fafton just missing Wilson coming through center ice here.
I'm not exactly sure why that wasn't an icing. It should have been. But if you're a Rapids fan, you're not upset with that choice.
Moving through, and gets blocked down as Peart in there to defend here. Jorgensen behind the net here, and all work by Peart. And trying to come back out here is Jorgensen. He has that was number 5 sending it in towards the net. Fetchko. And there's a loose puck in front. As Fetchko trying to make a play here on the other side is Blood. Here's Peart with it here. Now Peart brings it through center ice. Peart dumps it in. Back to get it here is Center towards the wide of the net here to Holcomb. Holcomb with a move towards the net there. And now fired in by Holcomb. And there's a...
Oh, the tempers are flaring a little bit early on in this game. The first period, we got a little smooching going on down there between the Holy Family Catholic and looked like Wade Browse going to the net there. Went to the net hard. Goaltender got his helmet knocked off, and they had some wise words that they chattered back and forth. Good thing we didn't hear that. I don't think that the FCC would like that at all.
The Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth, they offer casual family dining in a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or your favorites from the menu. They offer 8 large screen TVs and 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never have to miss a minute of the game. The Rink Sports Grill offers large and small group seating with meeting areas available, full menu, limited menu, or buffet. They can cater your event, party, meeting, or event, party, or meeting. The Rink Sports Grill at 301 Attrick Avenue in Eveleth. Check them out today. And brought back in by the Holy Family here is back in the corner and out to center ice. Fired in by Anderson. And Young is going to have it here for the Thunderhawks. Young sends it over to Peart. Peart back over to Young here. 2:54 left here, period 1. All tied up at 1 apiece. Holcomb brings it in. Drive over the top of the net. As Murphy trying to get over it. Back to the other way comes the Fire. And there's a great chance. Trying to tip it, but backhand shot was Lund. And the Thunderhawks bring it out here is Holcomb. Holcomb moves it in, back to Young. Young sends a shot behind it. Here's Holcomb trying to race for that loose puck. Holcomb gets it back out to Wilson. Wilson shot drive on. As Murphy was planted out front of the net with a nice screenplay. There's his Holcomb. Holcomb moving around into the corner. Picked up by Murphy. Bischoff in there to help out here as Del Greco plays the puck, but he's whistled on the offside.
Little extra effort on the offensive end here for the Thunderhawks, but the Fire doing a nice job of kind of settling in here after kind of a little bit of a more of a difficult first half of the period, Randy. They've kind of settled in a little bit. You know, sometimes you get on a road trip like this where you're quite a ways away from home and you're not sleeping in your own bed and could potentially have later nights as they're getting settled in at the Timber Lodge last night. I'm sure a little extra tired, but they've settled in just fine here late in the first period.
Here's Miller driving a shot in and dumped out by the Anderson. Anderson moves in here and now fired out. Here is Del Greco. Del Greco chance 1-on-2 here. He's moving in. Del Greco still with it. Del Greco gets it over on the other side. Shot goes wide of that by Morquay. Fired Wilson. Fires it in here. Now Bischoff gets it back to the point as Morquay sends it into the corner here. This is Bonner. Jorgensen will help out here. Jorgensen gets it out here and knocked out by the Fire as Blood fires it out here, but Grand Rapids coming back in with a shot right on Brose. Brose with it here. Less than a minute left here in period number 1. This is Bonner. Works over on the other side to Peart. Grand Rapids trying to capitalize in the last minute of the first period here. And it's Sturl getting in there and back in for the Fire behind the net now. Shot right on. Chance by Limke. Back on the point. Sends through. Nice chance for Roloffs there as he sent it through here. This is Peart. Peart brings it through center ice and dumps it in over the top of the net here. We've got 22 seconds left here in period number 1. And this is brought out by Roloffs. Roloffs wheeling behind the net here. Trying to make a play here. Picked up no. And back on by Lund with a drive wide of the net there. As Cameron was also helping out here, well, that's the end of one period of play.
Well, period one, not too bad here with the crew, but looked like Holy Family settled in here just a little bit. Like we said, closer to the second half of the period, they started to settle in, settle down a little bit. They had one shot up until about the last 3 minutes of the period. Now the end of the period with 4. Rapids kind of throwing everything at the net early on in the period. Started to get a little bit more cute at the end of the period here, and Holy Family gets one shot, 2 shots to the net, and one's in the back of the net from a pretty talented defenseman in Lewin. That was a nice shot right off the face-off, won it back from the draw, quick to the net, and sometimes that happens, Randy, when you get no shots all period long, you tend to fall asleep a little bit as a goaltender, and maybe he wasn't really ready off the face-off for that quick one. He hadn't seen any shots the whole period, so typically Carter Clapton is ready to rock and roll on those.
Yeah, so the goalies in the hockey game for Grand Rapids, a power play goal for Jack Peart, and in the assist credited to the assist went to Wyatt Holcomb, and the second assist credit to McCrae Murphy. That at 9:35, and then Holy Family would tie it up at 11:37 with a great shot coming from back Spencer Lewin back on the point here to tie the game at 1 apiece. We'll have to get the assist off a Hockey Hub here, as I wasn't able to pick that up for
that
the PA
first
system.
assist might have went to Limke, I believe, off the face-off. I believe he was a center, but whoever the center was on that play likely got the assist on that. It was right off the face-off.
So before we pause for a moment here, or for our period intermission, we'll just thank our sponsors, the Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth. They offer casual family dining in a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of our daily specials or favorites from their full menu. The Rink Sports Grill offers 8 large-screen TVs, 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never have to miss a minute of the game. The Rink Sports Grill offers large and small group seatings with meeting areas available. Full menu, limited menu, or buffet, they can cater your event, party, or meeting. That's the Rink Sports Grill at 301 Hattrick Avenue in Eveleth. Check them out today. And also Minnesota Twister Ale is a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey. They wish best of luck to all the players on the season ahead and to have fun. Well, after one period of play, it is tied up between Grand Rapids and Holy Family. We will step away from the microphones for the period intermission. We'll be back for period number 2 coming up here in Grand Rapids. Welcome back to the IRA Civic Center. We're between the first and second period as the ice has just been resurfaced. And again, we want to give a shout out to our sponsors and thank Minnesota Twist Grill and the Rink Sports Grill for their season-long commitment of their sponsorship here on high school hockey on Up North Hockey for the 2019-2020 season. The Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth offer casual family dining in a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or favorites from their full menu. The Rink Sports Grill offers 8 large-screen TVs, 2 10-foot projection screens so you never miss a minute of the game. The Rink Sports Grill offers large and small group seating with meeting areas available, full menu, limited menu, or buffet. They can cater your event. The Rink Sports Grill at 301 Hattrick Avenue in Eveleth. Check them out today. And also Minnesota Twist Grill. They are a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey. They wish best of luck to all the players on the season ahead and to have fun. So we and the Thunderhawks are back on the ice here. Well, what are you expecting for in period number 2 here, Reed?
Well, I'm thinking Coach Chido was talking about how decent start to the period, but allowing Holy Family to settle in and maybe taking away some of your chances to shoot late in the period by getting a little too cute. Continue to get shots to the net. Continue to go with pressure. Use your team speed. Don't be afraid to stretch the ice, because they're going to do it. They've got some pretty talented defensemen. If you could see when they regroup the puck in the neutral zone, they don't tend to bring their forwards all the way back because their D are good enough to be able to stretch that neutral zone. I feel like Rapids has got just as good defensemen as Holy Family does. They can afford to do the same thing, to be honest. So Coach Chido probably talking about, like I said, decent start to the game. But you got to sustain that pressure and continue to do that against these top-notch AA teams.
And on that goal for Holy Family, again coming at 11:37, that was Spencer Lewin with the assist from Grant Limke. So I think you had that. Yep. I think you had Limke on that one.
Yeah, it was their second line that was out on the ice, and I assumed that the center was there, and that would be number 9, Grant Limke.
So teams are making preparations for period number 3 here. No, period number 2, I'm sorry. All right. Period number 2 is getting ready to get underway here as Jorgensen will take the draw for the Fire and Holcomb for the Thunderhawks. And Fire brought in by Young. He sends it ahead. And puck is up and out of play.
It's fun to see these young players here for Grand Rapids. Young guys getting in the lineup, getting a lot of ice time like Easton Young and Joey Del Greco. And more to come, too, as well. They've got a young crew coming up out of the JV that should be helping out a little bit next year as well. Got a player down on the rink. Looked like he took a stick up in the chin. No call. Referee Todd Skaya didn't appear to see any infraction on the play, but looked as though Roloffs was holding his neck a little bit there as he was laying down on the ice.
Yeah, hopefully Roloffs will be okay and be able to return to play here as he tipped out by the Fire. Now Holcomb is getting over to the Peart. Peart back over to Holcomb. Holcomb sends it through center ice and tipped in. to Miskovich. He tips it in behind the net, and the Fire are going to come away with it here. Now Jorgensen brings it through center ice. Jorgensen over to sent in. That was Lewin sending it in here. Here's a chance for the Thunderhawks here. Skating in, and chance that never materialized for Hunter Bischoff there.
It's a great look up ice there for the stretch pass, and what happened there was the Fire were offsides, and what's one of the things we've been talking about with the girls program too, Randy, is we talk about when a team is delayed offsides and they have to tag up and we have good possession of the puck. Why not stretch it?
Another shot fired over the top of Clafton's shoulder there. Back on the point here and scored by Redden there, getting that goal.
Yeah, Ben Redden shot that from out, and that's the second shot that has come from outside the top of the circles that's gone right over the shoulder of Carter Clafton. You know, I just had a conversation with head girls coach as I went back into the coach's office and talked to head girls coach Brad Hyduk about the same thing. Puck went over the shoulder 2 times in a row, and he asked what the situations were, and I imagine there'll be a little bit of game film and chitter-chatter between goaltender Carter Clafton and goalie coach Derek Peterson about what are we watching when we go down to our knees in those situations. I'm sure there will be some conversation. By no stretch of the imagination am I qualified to talk that much about what goalies do. But I do think we tend to err to dropping to the knees a little bit too soon sometimes.
This is Jorgensen, works it back to the point and fired in. Loose puck in front as Jorgensen's plant out up front. Good job by the Grand Rapids forwards to break down there and help out goaltender Clafton. So chance right away there for the Fire on this power play.
Yeah. Well, they set up real similar on the power play to how Grand Rapids does in a couple different situations, depending on which group they have out there. Did you see they set up in a 1-3-1 power play?
And now dumped up by the Thunderhawks. As back to get it.
Try to take this over
brought in
speed.
Here is a shot. Chance in there. Shot right on by the Fire there. There's a shot where Roloff's put a shot on net here and back. Hal Willie will play it and leave it for his defenseman, bringing through up. This is Fetchko actually to get it here. Fetchko with it, brews it in here into the corner. Peart will pick up that puck here. Young to help out. Young will bring it out, trying to bring it out here. Young gets it out through center and dumped in on goaltender Hal Willie, steers it aside. As the Thunderhawks bring it in just offside with Brose there. 50 seconds left on the power play for the Fire here. And to take the draw for the Thunderhawks is going to be Brose and Lund for the Fire here. This is Brose here. Back over on the other side as Markway sends it in behind the net. Now the Fire come through. As brought in Markway, nice play. As back out here is Lewin. Lewin has it here. And Cameron back to get it here. He's helping out. Cameron in there. Cameron trying to bring it away with here. This is Cameron. Brings it out through center ice. Cameron moving it in. Makes a mover on the D. And over on the other side. Held in by Lund there. Wilson fires it to the other side of the net. Picked up by Brose. Brose fires it through center. And now brought in by the Fire and moved in. Shot right on goal by Lewin. Another chance over the top of Clafton's glove here. Lewin. And there's a chance as the Thunderhawks come back with Morquay. Morquay moving it in. Morquay shot. Right, a blocker save by Hal Willie. So Fire with some chances on that power play early on, but then the Thunderhawks do it good for a penalty kill.
Yeah, they didn't get a chance to set up real well on that. I was looking forward to seeing their power play set up, but they never really got anything sustained or slowed down enough for me to see what they were going to do. So Rapids doing a real nice job on the penalty kill.
This is Heiss here, brings it through. Is Heiss and picked up by Bischoff. Bischoff bringing it back the other way. Bischoff drive right on Hal Willie. Save. Big save and back the other way, but Young is going to get to it here. Young with it over to Del Greco. Peart trying to help out as the puck is frozen up against the boards here. Coming away with Schugel. And now Young has it for the Thunderhawks. Young gets it over to the other side to Bischoff. Bischoff sends it through center ice here. And brought back in by the Roloffs. Fires it back in for the Fire here. Young headmans it up. And a chance right on them by Holcomb. Nice long passing play up to Holcomb from Young.
Yeah, it's a good stretch line change play there for Grand Rapids. You get into the second period, sometimes you can take advantage of the long change. And you can see that a lot of teams do that when the other team is changing. You try to stretch the wing out and throw the puck up on a fly play, and that's what it looked like they did right there. They stretched it out on that line change, got a decent shot to the net.
Okay, behind the net here is Miskovich, or on the half wall here. Miskovich, and in to help out is Murphy. Murphy now with it here for the Thunderhawks. He loses an edge there, but the Fire will get it out here. And dumped out by number 21. Strand, I'm sorry, Strand. Gets it over in the other side and brought out here is picked up at center ice and brought back in by Morquay. Morquay moving a net towards the net. Morquay trying to wheel it around behind the net. And the Fire in there, Anderson keeps it out of that corner here. They bring it back the other way. Here's Jorgensen. Jorgensen leave it over to Fetchko. This is Fetchko moving it here to Jorgensen. Jorgensen picked up by the Thunderhawks and set out by Morquay. And we're going to whistle and an icing. Minnesota Twist Drill is proud sponsor of Up North Hockey's coverage this year. They wish best of luck to all the players on the season ahead and to have fun.
Well, this is where Grand Rapids has to be a little bit careful on the face-off here. Same situation. And they have not won a lot of face-offs today.
And turn the other way. The Thunderhawks bring it in. Here is Brous. Brous over to Bonner here. And there's a penalty coming up against the Fire. So the Thunderhawks are going to get a chance here on the power play.
Let's see what they got going here on the power play. They scored on their first opportunity on the power play. A shot from Jack Peart from up top, the quarterback spot there on the power play. This will be the first power play unit. Oh, he just switched. Nope, he's got the first unit out there right now. He's got Cody Miller taking the face off with Joey Del Greco, who will slide down to the corner. Hunter Bischoff will be on his offside in a one-time position, which moves Easton Young over to his strong side on the right-hand side of that umbrella.
Okay, Peart carries it in here as Del Greco has it behind the net here. And this is over to Bischoff. Bischoff back to Peart. Back over to Young. Young leaves it over to for Peart. Peart moving it in here. He'll send it back to Young. Young now wheels it around here. Young sends it ahead to Del Greco. Chance back to Peart. Couldn't make it the play here, but Rapids keeps it in here. This is Peart back over to Young. Young with a drive. Rebound out front. Cleared by the Fire. Peart will come out to center and retrieve it. Gets it to Young. Young moves it in here now to Del Greco behind the net now. Del Greco moving in ahead here. It's Miller trying to help out there. Del Greco comes free. Out to Bischoff. Back to Peart. Peart over to Young. Young now with it. Gets it. Centers. Sends it through traffic. Loose puck in front. As Miller was driving towards the net. Held in by Peart. Great stretch play. This is Young here now with it. Young moving around. Young over to Bischoff, the other side. Bischoff's shot goes over the top of the net. Young puts a shot wide of the net. Another chance. Peart keeps it in. Rapids putting on incredible pressure here now. This is Young with it here. Yeah, nice defensive play by the Fire. And sent out by Lemke. Nice play, but Peart with a drive right in on goaltender Hal Willie. Makes a big save in front. Thunderhawks trying to keep it in here. Anderson will send it out here. Peart gets it over to Murphy. Murphy is Holcomb breaking in here. Holcomb still with it here. Holcomb with it. Back to Wilson. Wilson back over on the other side. Loose puck in front. Grand Rapids can't get to it. Here is Wilson. Moves it through. Slides it out front. Nice chance in front for the Thunderhawks, but just not able to capitalize here. It was Miskovich had a chance there. This is Murphy with shot. Goes up and out of play. Oh, lots of pressure on that power play and lots of pressure after that power play ended.
Yeah, good pressure from both units. It started out for the first unit, just great passing. You could see it all controlled up top by Peart and Young. Good opportunities there. Of course, he got some talent all low with Joey Del Greco and Bischoff on the side, but the second unit with good opportunities as well.
And fired in on by Wilson now, and Wilson keeps it in here for the Thunderhawks. Send ahead by Holcomb. And the Fire will come away with it and fire down by Roloffs. This is Fetchko. There's a shot on by Jorgensen. Save Clafton. And now picked up by Holcomb here. Back over to Murphy. Murphy has it back to Wilson. Wilson sends it back into the Fire zone. And this is Jorgensen. Jorgensen moving the puck here. He gets ridden off the play by Wilson. Over on the other side is Marquay. And this fired out by the Thunderhawks. Trying to get fired out here, but Anderson holds it in. Nice play by Anderson of the Fire. This is Fetchko back to Cameron behind the net here. Cameron controlling it. Cameron trying to bring it out in front of the net here. And fired out by the Thunderhawks. They're going to get a whistle on the icing. The Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth offers casual family dining in a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or your favorites from their menu. The Rink Sports Grill offers 2 10-foot projection screens and 8 large-screen TVs, so you never miss a minute of the game. The Rink Sports Grill offers large and small group seating, meeting areas available, full menu, limited menu, or buffet that can cater your event. The Rink Sports Grill at 301 Electric Avenue in Eveleth. Check them out today. And now the fired in, as the Fire will have to tag up here on the offside here. Peart trying to keep it intercepted. Shot goal! Shot goal coming right in.
Lots of turnover. That's unnecessary right there. It looked like there was a little bit too much messing around with the puck right there, and I get to be a little bit critical about it because I know that young man. It's not something that he does very often, and typically he gets away with it, but went to the backhand in the wrong spot, over stick handle the puck. It's a turnover, and it's in the back of the net behind goaltender Carter Clafton, and that wasn't Clafton's fault. But at this point in time, I'm thinking Coach Chido is trying to decide whether or not we're going to continue to keep goaltending in the way it is right now. Hard to say.
This is Del Greco back over on the other side. Loose puck and sent in by Marquay. And on that goal for the Fire to make it 3-1 was Mark Lund. Will get the assist in between the period break. And this is Markway. Gets it over to Zelke. Gets it out here is sent in through is Miller. And this is Miller now with it here. Miller at center ice. Miller dumps it in for the Thunderhawks. Back to get it the other way is Lindgren. And loose puck. As Del Greco picks it up here, loses an edge. Coming back the other way is the Fire. Drive it back in. Shot right, loose. Puck out front. Nice chance for the Heist there of the Fire. Trying to send a backhander towards the net here. Schugel with it here. Over on the other side of Zelke trying to head out. And both players fall down here as Zelke picks it up the puck. Zelke moving around here is the Fire putting on incredible pressure here. Here's a chance by Schugel. Puts a shot into the corner here. And this is sent in front for Jorgensen there, and the puck is up and out of play. Minnesota Twist Drill is a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey. They wish the best of luck to the players on the season ahead and have fun. Well, momentum has kind of switched a little bit here for Holy Family.
It has, and they're creating turnovers. I'm going to try to use this a little bit loosely here, or maybe be somewhat nice about it. They're creating turnovers, but at the same time, Grand Rapids is turning the puck over way too much at their own blue line. You've seen it happen right there on the goal with one of our captains turns the puck over. Now we're trying to get a little too cute here in this area. Just a second ago, and pucks have been turned over. Turnovers up the middle are not helping Grand Rapids right now in this situation against a very quick team. They're real quick on transition. You don't want to turn the puck over anyways, but if you're going to turn it over against teams like this that are fast on transition, you're going to be in deep trouble.
Wilson will play the puck here, and left off here is Thunderhawks get it over to Markway. Markway moving through center, picked up by the Fetchko. Fetchko moving it in here, drive right on. Nice chances, Jorgensen coming in there on that rebound. Couldn't complete the play here. Here's a race for it, but fired back in by the Fire as Lewin kind of put a backhander in, and stoppage of play here. 3:22 left here, period number 2. Holy Family 3, Grand Rapids 1. We're glad that you're joining our afternoon coverage of Holy Family and Grand Rapids. And now it is the Thunderhawks, or the Fire, dumping it in here, and that's going to be a icing, as never touched the forward stick there.
Well, I can't imagine Coach Wade Chido is going to be real happy about this period. I know the guy pretty well, and I can tell just by looking at him, he's not a happy camper at the moment. He doesn't like the effort. He doesn't like the decision making. I'm not sure that the effort's horrible, Randy, but I think some of the decision making right now is costing Grand Rapids as they're down 3-1 here late in the second period.
Yeah, now held along the half wall here as Sturl tries to keep it in here for the Thunderhawks. And now brought out here is Peart. Peart gets it over the other side as Brose sends it in behind Hal Willie out there to play the puck here. Sent to the head now by the Fire. Bring it back is Lipke. Shot right on from Redden. Nice chance for the Fire there. Here is Sturl. Sturl brings it in for the Thunderhawks. Shot right on. And now it is on the other side to Young. Young sends it. Gets blocked through traffic. Redden will bring it out here. Redden gets it over to Lemke. And now this is Peart. Peart gets it over. Brought in by Del Greco. Del Greco trying to make a move here. Del Greco moving towards the net, behind the net now. Del Greco with it here. Del Greco sends it in the corner. In there to get it was Goring. Del Greco trying to keep it in here as Peart hears it. Peart sends it over on the other side to Zelke. Shot gets blocked down and moved up by Lemke. Lemke gets it through center and down to the Thunderhawks zone, and we're getting off a icing there. So 1:33 left here, 3-1. Thunderhawks need something to happen very quickly here.
They got to get a little bit of a hard push here, Randy, with the last minute and a half of the period. Something to go into the locker room with that's a little bit positive, because I got a weird feeling that not a lot of what they're going to talk about in the locker room is going to be real positive, to be dead honest with you. They've got to get something here so their coach has something to build on going into the next period.
And there's a drive right on. Chance for Zelke there from the point. Grand Rapids holds it in. And shot fired right in, and Helwilly, another save here. Helwilly's made some really nice saves too as well for the Fire.
Yeah, he's been big tonight. He's made 22 shots, he's 21 saves. That's more shots than he saw all night last night over in Coleraine.
And this is at center ice and sent in by Fetchko, and trying to hold it in was Blood. Mound behind the net is Holcomb. Moves it out to Murphy. Murphy brings it through center ice. Murphy skating it in. 1 minute left here in period number 2. Murphy has it. Murphy gets it as Jorgensen takes it away, and he'll get it out to center ice as Wilson races in a foot race with Fetchko. Wilson wins that. Here, Fetchko putting on tremendous pressure there as Zelke brings it out here. Now over to Goring. Goring fires it behind the net here. Goring with it now here. And Peart's going to have it out here at center ice. 33 seconds left here, period number 2. Peart bringing it in here. Peart trying to get around roll-offs there. A nice defensive play here. This is Peart. Peart now with the puck. 15 seconds left here. Peart gets it out to Young. Young with a drive. Gets blocked down here. Del Greco here now with it. Del Greco sends it through. Can't get it through. Here comes this Fire. One last rush here. And they were whistled on the offside.
Well, offside's a big rush there with only 2 seconds left, but a 2-on-1 opportunity for the Fire. They go offsides, but they had a hard back-checking Joey Del Greco getting back in the play to help out Jack Peart on the 2-on-1. So I didn't see that going anywhere with the speed coming back, but that's got to irritate coach from the Fire there in that situation.
And that is the end of period number 2. So after 2 periods of play, Holy Family 3, Grand Rapids 1. Again, our goal scorers in the period 2. Ben Redden got the first goal for Holy Family at 1:48, and then also Mark Lund with their third goal of the game will get the official assist and time of that second goal once I check the official stats on Hockey Hub here, as it's just impossible to hear the PA system when you're trying to do the game and try to cover it and everything going on.
There's a lot of sound going on in here, and the PA system is, let's just say it's pre-1988 in here with the PA system. It sounds like it's newer, but it's really not. It goes back to before I was even in high school, Randy. So it's kind of a weird sound in here. But then they play the music and it gets a little bit louder. So, but just looking at that period there, I feel like they needed something here at the end of the period to go in the locker room to carry over some momentum. It wasn't a horrible last shift. They had a couple of shots to the net there. E.C. Young had a shot blocked. Jack Peart had an opportunity to the net. But really that period has to go to Holy Family. They responded after the first period. Rapids had some pretty good momentum from a good first period, Randy, but Holy Family has to take the tilt there the second period with, I would assume, a very disappointed Coach Wade Chido right now, trying to figure out what they got to do to get something back. Because if you're looking at his lineup, he's played everybody on his bench right now, which means he hasn't found 9 forwards that have really stuck out, and that says a lot about the top 9 guys. They really got to step up a little bit and play a little harder here in the third period.
Yeah, certainly, like you said, they needed something to happen at the end of the period just to give them some momentum. Now they're going to come out here in the third period. I don't know. It seems like Holy Family's got some pretty good size on their team. Seems like that's helping them out here today.
It is, yeah. They got some size on their first two lines. Their third line is little but really fast. But they've got some couple really big defensemen that can move and can move the puck. So it's going to be interesting because Holy Family is not backing down from any of the hard forecheck from Grand Rapids or the body contact. By no stretch of the imagination is Holy Family afraid of getting involved in the physical game right now. I think that would be a topic of conversation right now for Coach Chido in the Thunderhawk locker room, is to talk about, is there a way we can get a little bit more physical here? Because I think if the tides can turn a little bit, it's going to come by block shots, it's going to come by winning races to loose pucks, and it's going to come by being a little bit more physical in your own building. You got a decent crowd here tonight at the IRA Civic Center, and there's two ways to get this crowd involved, Randy. You're either going to get them involved by scoring goals, which the Thunderhawks hasn't done a whole lot of right now in this game, or by throwing the body around a little bit. That's going to excite the crowd here. So you need to be a little bit more physical getting into the third period.
So, before we step away from the microphones, we want to give a shout out to our sponsors, the Minnesota Twist Grill and the Rink Sports Grill. The Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth, they offer casual family dining in a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials for them favorites from the full menu. The Rink Sports Grill offers 8 large screen TVs, 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never have to miss a minute of the game. The Rink Sports Grill offers large and small group seating with meeting areas available, full menu and limited menu or buffet that can cater your event, party, or meeting. That's the Rink Sports Grill at 301 Hattrick Avenue in Eveleth. Check them out today. And Minnesota Twist Drill is a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey. They wish best of luck to all the players on the season ahead and to have fun. After 2 periods in the books, it is Grand Rapids 1 against the visiting Holy Family Catholic Fire with a score of 3. So we will return for third period action coming up shortly. Well, back here, just completed the ice resurfacing here as the third period is coming up here. Just recapping the scoring in that second period as I have the official assist now. For Holy Family, Ben Redden getting the goal. That coming at 138. Assists going to Charlie Lindberg, and second assist credit to Bishop Schugel. And then the Holy Family would make it 3-1. Mark Lund getting the goal from Jacob Cameron and Nick Strand. And just a shout out quick to our sponsors here before we begin third period action. The Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth offers casual family dining in a hockey themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or favorites from their full menu. The Rink Sports Grill offers 8 large screen TVs, 2 10-foot projection screens so you never miss a minute of the game. The Rink Sports Grill offers large and small group seating with meeting areas available. Full menu, limited menu, or buffet. They can cater your event, party, or meeting. That's the Rink Sports Grill at 301 Hattrick Avenue in Eveleth. Check them out today. And also Minnesota Twist Drill. They are a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey, and they wish best of luck to all the players on the season ahead and to have fun. And cheerleaders are back on the ice here, and we're just getting ready to go here. Period number 3. Well, here we go, Reed. We'll see what kind of adjustments Grand Rapids made here in the locker room here.
Well, they need to come out a little bit more. What's the word I could use here? They need to be smarter this period, Randy. I think last period I was just getting a couple of text messages from my brother. He's the head coach at Northern Lakes, which is in Pequot Lakes, Breezy Point area. Obviously sees a lot of hockey, knows a lot of players from the area. So just talking a little bit about some of Grand Rapids' top players. And, you know, when you've got guys out there that are trying to stick on a little bit too much through certain areas of the rink, and we do have some talented hockey players here, but I don't think anybody is good enough to take the puck into traffic and turn the puck over. So that you're going to have to take care of maybe some of the decisions that have been made in overhandling the puck right now. I think if they can do that, Coach Chido can get themselves back in this hockey game. With the talent that they got right now, they should be able to get themselves back into it.
So the Thunderhawks are back on the ice here, and Fire are coming out of the locker room as well. And then we'll be ready to go with period number 3. Of course, don't forget we will have coverage of Eveleth Gilbert, the Golden Bears taking on Hibbing Chisholm Blue Jackets on Tuesday night, coming up from the Hibbing Memorial Arena. And also congratulations to Hibbing Chisholm on their 4-2 victory over the Rochester Male Spartans last night. They finally got their first victory of the season.
They were close on Thursday night there. They had a really good battle. You guys that had it right here on Up North Hockey, real good battle against Greenway. Went into overtime, and that was close for them, but there's a little bit of bad blood between those two schools in this area right now. They like to play each other, but they don't like each other very much. The little battle there on Thursday night, it was a close one. Greenway came out with the overtime win on that one, but good to see Hibbing get one here tonight.
Yeah. So, ready to go here with period number 3. Joey Del Greco to take the draw here for the Thunderhawks as against Lucas Jorgensen of the Fire. So here we go. Face off won by the Thunderhawks is Peart. Sends it over to Young. Young moves it through center and brought in by Miller. Miller puts a shot over the top of that end. Here it comes out. And all the way around the boards here is Peart. Gets it over to Young. Young now with it here. Young moves it ahead to Miller. Miller gets it over to Bischoff. Bischoff brings it in here. Bischoff shot right on Helwilly. Save and out of play. Well, it's going to be key for the Thunderhawks to put pressure on early right here.
Yeah, it was just interesting little snidbit here from my brother. He just texted me again. He just said, if Rapids keeps it simple and plays with their team speed and keeps it to the outside, they're going to be just fine. They've got a lot more speed than this team does. Now, obviously, Holy Family's got a little bit of speed themselves here, but Rapids has so much team speed. Keep the game simple and use that team speed to beat teams wide.
And now this is intercepted. Here is Miskovich. And Wilson sends a shot in here. It keeps going towards the net here. And knocked out by the Limke of the Fire here as they got caught in there. A couple of little weak shots there, but kind of scary. Sometimes goalies can get by you.
Well, sometimes those weak ones to the net have eyes, Randy. Sometimes they just find their way in the back of the net for whatever reason. These goalies see shots at 100 miles an hour all the time in practice, but sometimes it's the slow ones that you just miss the timing on.
Yeah, and this is sent ahead here, is sent in by Cameron. And Wilson meeting his player. Here's Cameron, tries to get it out to the point here. Here comes the Thunderhawks out. Here is Murphy. Murphy with a drive right on. Willie, save.
As you can see, what we talked about earlier, too, at the end of the last period, they kind of got away from shooting the puck. They started to get a little bit cute, moving the puck around a little bit too much and kind of taking for granted the opportunity to shoot the puck. So you can see right now they've already said, let's get more shots to the net. You could tell that was a topic of conversation in the locker room. A shot from out wasn't a great angle, but it was a shot on net from McCray Murphy.
And there's Bonner with a chance out front there. And it comes out to center. Here is Young. He has it. Young gets it back over to Peart. Peart back over to Young. They'll try to set up this play here. And Young gets ridden off the play, but Peart picks up that puck here. Gets it over to Bonner. Bonner fires it in here. Henry Sturl, he gets taken down here. Power play for the Thunderhawks. Well, this is a golden opportunity for the Thunderhawks here.
This is their chance to get something back up on the board here. They haven't seen a lot of great scoring chances since the first period. And that the goal they did score was on the power play. So you got first power play unit out here right now. Cody Miller with Joey Del Greco and Hunter Bischoff, and you've got Easton Young and Jack Peart on the point.
And Young sends it over to Peart. Peart hears it here. Peart trying to quarterback that play here over to Young. Back to Peart. Peart gets it to Young. Young got stuck on it. Looked like it almost got stuck on the ice here. Fired up by Peart. Just can't keep it in here. Kind of looked like the puck got stuck on the ice or something. Or he missed it. I'm not sure.
Well, sometimes the ice gets a little bit thick with water here. We've had that problem a couple of times with some girls' games here too, Randy, is that sometimes the puck just sticks.
And Bonner gets it back to Young. Young sends it over to Peart. Peart drives it in. Willie back out there to play it. And trying to keep it out here is Del Greco has it here. And Bonner. Del Greco moving it back to Young. Young back to Peart. Peart drives it in. Shot wide of the net here. As Del Greco has it in the corner. Now picked up by Bonner. Back over to Young. Back on the point here. Young will move it over. Young over to Peart. Peart moving through. Peart over to Young. Young drives. Shot right on. Loose puck, but Willie has it. Here is a planted out front was Bonner, but just no rebound there.
Took the goalie right in the noggin right there. Hit him right in the dome. Little dome shot. Right off the nice little switch there by the defenseman, Randy. You could see that Peart and Easton Young play together quite often. They did that little switch there so that if there's a quick chance to shoot it, Peart could be on his forehand or his offhand side for the one-timer. So a little
Peart
switch up top.
Sends it over to Young, back over to Peart. Peart now sends it and scores! Jack Peart has got the Rapids Thunderhawks within one goal. Well,
that's the guy you want shooting the puck.
That's what they needed. They needed a power play. They got it.
Well, again, like I said before, that's the same power play unit that was out on the ice last time. The first power play unit didn't get the goal. They get the second unit out there, but they kept the same two defensemen out there with both units. You still had Easton Young, and you still had Jack Peart out there, and 2 shots for the point on the power play, 2 goals for Jack Peart.
And over on the other side here is Morkway. McCray Murphy on the second assist and Young on the first assist on that goal and that power play for the Thunderhawks. And now
it sounds like McCray got an assist as well as Easton Young.
Yeah, Young and Murphy on the assist on that goal here. And this Jorgensen sends it over to Heiss. Heiss knocks it the length of the ice here, and it's going to be an icing against the Fire. Minnesota Twist Drill is a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey, and they wish best of luck to all the players on the season ahead to have fun. Also, the Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth, they offer casual family dining in a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials from or your favorites from their full menu. The Rink also offers 8 large screen TVs and 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never have to miss a minute of the game. And now it's sent in! Shot over the top of the net by Fetchko. Chance for the Fire as they come right back. And now coming out to center and has it as Bischoff has it, and he's just in offside. The Rink Sports Grill offers large and small group seatings and meeting areas are available. Full menu, limited menu, or buffet. They can cater your event, party, or meeting. That's the Rink Sports Grill at 301 Hattrick Avenue in Eveleth. Check them out today. And no sent in. We're going to get another
shot to the net, Randy, and they can utilize any of those shots any day of the week and twice on Sunday. I think anytime they can get shots to the net, Randy, they're going to be in good shape here. You're going to see a lot of ice time for Jack Peart and Easton Young here going forward in this period.
And they're sent in as Young has it here. Young, as the Fire are able to get it out here, as Peart. Peart sends it over to Young. Young moves it ahead, trying to headman a long pass there, but the Lewin has it moved back in. Here's shot in front. As back out here and sent back in. But Young is going to have it here. Young moves it over to Peart. Peart over to Young. Young will skate it in here. Young skates it in. Shot right on Hal Willie. Save. Hal Willie on the save there. Shots 28-15. Grand Rapids 12:03 left here, period number 3. Holy Family 3, Grand Rapids 2. This is Henry Sturl taking a draw here against Heiss. And this is controlled by Roloffs. Roloff sends it over on the other side to Strand. Strand will get it out to the point here. Strand trying to get it out here is picked up by Roloffs and fired around the corner. The Fire will bring it through center ice and back to get it. As Zelke trying to hold it in here as Markway has it here. Markway moving behind his own net here. Gets it over to sent ahead. And through in Brose brings it in here for the Thunderhawks. Brose now with it here in the corner. As dumped down and dumped out of the zone here by the Fire. Heiss, and the icing is the call. Del Greco is going to come out to take the draw against Jorgensen. Face off on the right side of Halwill. Having a hard time with the Holy Family goalie. I apologize for that on that pronunciation here. As Young sends it in the corner here. Into Bischoff. Bischoff and working it out here as Anderson comes away with it. Anderson sends it ahead to Fetchko. Fetchko driving in here, but turned around by Miller. Miller, now back to Fetchko. Kind of exchange of the puck here as Del Greco moves it through center ice. Del Greco skating in it. He's got speed. He comes through. Does it over to Miller. And Miller just couldn't control it to get the shot off and sent back in by Fetchko. Behind the net now here. The Thunderhawks come out here. Out to dumped in by Miskovich. Miskovich in the corner here. Miskovich out to Young. Young trying to hold it in here. Peart is going to help out back in his own end of the ice here. Peart, and he's chased by Redden. Moves it ahead for the Thunderhawks. Moving in now in a drive towards wide of the net here by Holcomb. Holcomb now with it here. Holcomb gets it over to Miskovich. Back to the point to Zelke. Held in here as Murphy has it. Murphy wheeling around. Murphy shoots! Shot right on Hallowilly. Hallwill was the save. And now he comes back the other way as Lemke moves it in. Lemke moving over the top of the net here. Well, Lemke had McPartlin on the other side, but he took the shot and up out of play.
Well, I can see why he's going to shoot the puck. I mean, he's got a great decoy going to the net there. Either way, you're going to get a decent shot on net, but you know, sometimes you slide that across on a 2-on-1 and you're risking the opportunity of it fumbling in the other person's stick. You know you got a good shot. You know that defenseman is going to slide just a little bit, maybe cheat over. You give that defenseman the opportunity to play the pass and have the goalie play the shot. So the shot's a good play on that one.
Henry Sturl wins the draw for the Thunderhawks here and picks up by Marquay here to Sturl. Sturl, and Marquay is going to get back in there to get it here as he's worked on the play. And back behind the net here is Wilson. And coming out here is Bonner. Bonner through center ice. Gets it over to Wilson. Keep it in. Back at the point is Brous. Brous now. The Fire come away with here as Heiss brings it out here. Intercepted now by Bonner. Bonner has it here. Bonner gets it over to Marquay. Sent in, and the Fire will dump it back in. As this is picked up now here by Marquay. Marquay dumps it in here. Fire goaltender steers it aside here. And loose picked up here as Del Greco has it here. Del Greco here. Del Greco puts it wide of the net here. Back to Young. Young over to Peart. Peart back over to Young. Young moving it through center ice. Young dumps it in. Here's Del Greco. Del Greco driving. Del Greco, nice defensive play. Lucas Jorgensen taking off Del Greco there. There is Peart with it here. Peart back over to Young. Young moving it in. Young dumps it in the corner. Skating in there was Bischoff. Bischoff here with it here. Along the boards here now. It's played. Del Greco trying to get to that loose puck as Jorgensen comes away with it. Jorgensen gets it up to Fetchko. Fetchko moves it through center ice. Fetchko shot right on. Carter Clafton with the big save. 7:45 left here, period number 3. Easton Young brings it in for the Thunderhawks. Young right in! Loose puck rebound in front, but nobody home to get that rebound for the Thunderhawks. This is Murphy. And now the Peart keeps it in here. Peart wheels it around to Del Greco. Del Greco looking, sends it over. Had Zelke on the other side. Behind the net was Murphy. And now the Fire bring it out here as Lund brings it through center and into the zone. Here's a shot, gets blocked down off of McPartlin. And shot back from the point. Loose puck picked up by Peart. Peart will wheel it behind his own net here. 7 minutes to play here. 3-2, Holy Family. This is Peart. He skates in offside. So chance there for the Thunderhawks and just in offside. The Rink Sports Grill offers casual family dining in a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of the daily specials or favorites from the menu. The Rink Sports Grill offers 8 large screen TVs, 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never have to miss a minute of the game. The Rink Sports Grill offers large and small group seating with meeting areas available, full menu, limited menu, or buffet that can cater your event, party, or meeting. That's the Rink Sports Grill at 301 Hattrick Avenue in Eveleth. Check them out today. And our other sponsor, Minnesota Twist Drill, is a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey. They wish best of luck to all the players on this season and have fun. On the season ahead and to have fun. So, with 6 minutes and 54 seconds left here in period number 3, Grand Rapids trailing Holy Family 3-2. Final push here by the Thunderhawks here in the last 6 minutes here.
We'll see what Grand Rapids can get going here. Last 7 minutes remaining in the period, remaining in the game. They're going to have to get a hard push here, get more chances, more opportunities to the puck. A couple more shout outs here. We got some people listening here. Uncle Michael, Wyatt Miskovich's Uncle Mike, is watching from over in Virginia Eveleth area over right now, and he's watching. He wanted to shout out Michael. Was one of my assistant coaches at Virginia when I was there coaching for a while. And here's his nephew going after a puck down in the offensive zone.
Yeah, so thank you very much for all of you watching our live stream. Hopefully you're enjoying this afternoon's game. And thanks again to Reed Larson for stepping in to run camera today and fill in his excellent color analysis of today's game.
Well, it's just fun to get out and get on the mic here. It's been a couple of weeks since I've had the opportunity to jump on television here, so to keep me from getting too rusty and going into another second half of the season here with doing some more analysis of high school hockey, and it's just fun to watch hockey. And Up North does such a great job of calling games here and promoting our area high school hockey. It's so great to have you and Blake doing this all season long for the kids.
And this is Bonner in the corner as Brose trying to get to it here as Bonner has it, and Brose, as the Fire will knock it out here, dumped in by the Fire. Back to get it now is Markway. Markway sends it over on the other side to Zelke, and knocked ahead by Sturl, and Halliwell will get that puck as Jorgensen just missed the pass there. Here is Young with it. Young moving it in here. And now Young has it. Back to Peart. Back over to Del Greco. Del Greco over to Miller on the other side. Miller with a drive right on. And Halliwell with the save for the Fire. So 5:36 left here. Reed 3-2. Holy Family over Grand Rapids.
It'll be interesting to see what Coach Chido does here end of the period to see if he can get some more scoring. He hasn't seen any scoring up front from forward yet. Both goals coming from the defensive core and the same gentleman, the D1 commit St. Cloud State.
Here comes Del Greco.
It looked like that was the opportunity with Joey Del Greco being able to put the afterburners on. He just couldn't get around that defenseman, and that's something we talked about before the game and the pregame show, is that the defensive players for Holy Family are pretty darn good, Randy.
Yeah, they've really done it well against this Grand Rapids team here today. This is Peart here now. Peart over to Young. Young drive right on, and Halliwell with another save here. 29 saves for Halliwell today for the Fire. He's done well between the pipes.
Yeah, he has. His 29 saves here tonight, 31 shots. Almost twice as many shots as he saw last night. But that doesn't matter. Some of the opportunities they had last night were some pretty good chances to score. So he did get a little bit of a workout every so often.
This is Holcomb behind the net here. Holcomb gets it to Murphy. Loose puck in front, and Grand Rapids still trying to control it. Here is Holcomb. Back over to Murphy. Murphy with it here. He gets ridden off the play by the defenseman. Number 22. Nice play by Anderson there here. This is Holcomb. Back over. Shot right on. Off the stick of Ren Morquay.
That's a player that's really come to life this year. He was good on our Bantam team last year as well too, Ren Merkoy, but he played forward last year. So the guy can play every position. I wouldn't be surprised if you put a set of goalie pads on him if he can play that position too. He's just a stellar kid and a great hockey player. He can play anywhere on the rink, but he's really come to life here this year. He was good last year. He's really good this year as a sophomore. Really look forward to seeing him as the years go on for the Thunderhawks.
And this face-off is going to come outside the blue line here. We got 4:05 left here in period number 3. Holy Family 3, Grand Rapids 2, and an entertaining hockey game this afternoon here at the IRA Civic Center. This is Young here. Young fires it ahead and brought in. Here's Del Greco. Del Greco moves it over to the other side. Just couldn't get it over to Brose. Nice defensive play by the Fire. Shot right on and held in by the Fire. Dumps it in his roll-offs. And wheeling around, loose puck out front. Picked up by the Thunderhawks and fired out. And Peart will try to hold it at center as Peart has it here. Peart works it over to Del Greco. Del Greco skates in. Here's gives it to Peart. Moves it to Peart. Back to Del Greco. Out front from Bonner. Out front. Shot from Bonner. Loose puck. Hit the... Oh, Bonner was there. Murphy there. Incredible pressure, Reed. Either way, that wasn't going to be a goal because they called it dead, but great chance for the Thunderhawks there.
They blew the puck down there, and I think for more reason than one, the goaltender was kind of getting plowed over. And to the credit of the Thunderhawk lineup here that was down low, they were really going after that and going hard to the net, but the net got knocked off as well as referee blew it down. So referee Todd Skaya was not afraid to make sure that thing got blown dead.
Here's Bonner over to Holcomb. Holcomb, and now brought out here by the Fire as Fetchko knocked it out here. Peart now back there. Peart now moving in ahead. Peart gets it up to Bonner. He can't control and dumped out by the Fire. Picked up now Murphy. Murphy works it back to Peart. Peart gets it over to Bonner. Bonner, and this is Young with it here. Young gets it over to Murphy. Over to Holcomb. Holcomb back on the point to Young. This is Murphy now with it here to Holcomb. Holcomb is still to Murphy. Murphy shot over the top of the net here. Peart will not be able to keep it in here. 2:13 left here in regulation play. This is Young, sends it in just offside were the Thunderhawks.
Well, that's usually something that makes the defending team angry when a whistle gets blown and the shot still gets taken on the goaltender. But you didn't see Holy Family Catholic get irritated with that. Easton Young decided to fire it on the goal anyway.
And there it is as the Thunderhawks will get it at center ice as Peart has it here. Peart now leaves it for Young. Young moving around here. Back to Peart. Pressured. Nice pressure booked up by Red in there. This is Del Greco. Del Greco moving it in. Del Greco and gets over to Miller. The Thunderhawks have an extra attacker out here. Minute 34 left here. Kept in by Holcomb. Well, over to Del Greco. Del Greco. Del Greco gets it over to Peart. Peart to Del Greco. Del Greco moves it back to Peart. Skating in here. Young can't hold it in here. And skating it out. But Del Greco will get it here. Del Greco dumps it in the corner. Back on the other side, roll-offs. Roll-offs dumps it the length of the ice. And that'll be an icing against the Fire. 1:05 left here. Regulation play. Holy Family 3. Grand Rapids 2.
Well, down to the wire here, and Coach Chido getting the opportunity to exercise his 6-on-5 attack with 1:05 remaining in the game, or period, so to speak. Hopefully, looks like timeout, Grand Rapids. And that's for obvious reasons. It's not just because it's the end of the game. It's because he needs to make sure he's got his 6 best players as fresh as he possibly can. So he had just had Jack Peart out there for a minute-long shift, as well as Easton Young and Joey Del Greco and Braden Holcomb. He's going to get those guys rested, give them a couple minutes, get them out on the rink here again for the last minute and 5 seconds. We'll see who he goes with the extra attacker. It appears that he's going to keep Peart and Young out on the rink. He's got Braden Holcomb out on the ice, as well as McCrae Murphy, and it appears that he's got Hunter Bischoff out there as well.
Well, here we go. Minute 5 left here in regulation, and the timeout is Coach Wade Chido making last-minute instructions for his team. And then we'll be ready to go with the last minute 5 here of our game.
Well, this isn't the first time Grand Rapids has been in this situation where they've been down a goal and have had to pull the goalie and have had to tie the game up. They did that earlier this season, have tied the game up before, and have gone into overtime that way as well.
This is the Young here. Young with it. Young with a shot right in here. It's Halliwell with the save. Trying to set up maybe a loose rebound in front. Scramble. There's Bischoff was skating towards the net here. And Holcomb and the Fire control here as they win that draw. Puck out of play, but stays in play. And Young back to get it here with 50 seconds left in period number 3. Peart will move it through and gets defended by Jorgensen. And out is dumped in, and that's an icing on the Holy Family Fire. So 38 seconds here left in the regulation time. Face-off is coming to the right side of a very good Dylan Halliwell, who has had a great game for the Fire today. And nice play. Here is the Fire bring it out and dumped into the open net by number 19, Nick Blood, to seal this game for the Fire.
Well, it was a mishandled puck at the point, Randy, but I think you look at a situation where that face-off, I'm not sure exactly how that player gets through so easily on the face-off. It's a topic of conversation, I think, looking at responsibilities on the face-off. Not only that, but I mean, you're 6-on-5. You have to make sure somebody gets boxed out.
I think I gave the goal to the wrong player. That was Lucas Jorgensen, credited to the unassisted goal for the Fire. Here's Henry Sturl working behind the net. Center is out, and I think that went in. The light is on. Morquay had it, but I'm not sure not exactly sure on there. They turned the light on, but play continued there.
Well, it hit the pipe. It was the same pipe that it hit earlier in the game, and they had some conversations with the goal judge earlier on, but that was a great play, but it hit solid iron right there, Randy. There was no goal in that situation. You can see it from here pretty clearly.
Try to get the stat on that last goal as they gave Jorgensen the unassisted goal.
Yeah, it appeared to me that was Blood.
I thought it was Blood too.
Yeah, it was Blood.
And they gave it to. Well, they don't have it. They don't have it updated here, but I'm pretty sure that was number 19 that got the goal. So that's Nick Blood.
Nick Blood scored that one. Well, that's the same line that did a lot of damage last night over at Coleraine. And a nice crew there. They got a nice team there at Holy Family. I can't imagine that this could go down in the books as one of the Thunderhawks better games. I don't think Coach Chino would be very excited about losing this game. I think they played good in the first period. I thought they were okay. Second period got away from them. I would have gave that period to Holy Family. And the third period, I feel like, was all Grand Rapids. I feel like they were getting good opportunities. They just couldn't find the back of the net. And then, of course, late in the game, just that open net scenario there with Nick Blood firing it on net.
So Grand Rapids did get within one goal to make it 3-2. Jack Peart, his second goal of the game, got the assist from Easton Young, and the second assist going to McCrae Murphy. That at 2 minutes and 59 seconds of the third period. And then Holy Family, Nick Blood with the unassisted empty net goal to seal the victory for the Fire here by a score of 4-2. That goal coming at 16 minutes and 28 seconds.
Well, Grand Rapids is going to have to talk a little bit more about their 5-on-5 play. They've struggled a little bit 5-on-5 with putting the puck in the net. They had 2 power play goals tonight, but they're getting a lot of their offensive opportunities are originating and being executed by their defensive core. They've got they're very talented on the back end, Randy. They've got Jack Peart, like we talked about before, is a Division I committed player to be going to St. Cloud State in a couple of years. They've also got a lot of talent in Easton Young back there as well, too, and they play together. They're out there every other shift. They're originating. That's where a lot of their offense is originating from, but they're also executing on the offense. Typically, they're seeing a lot of their points come from guys like Joey Del Greco, who just couldn't find the score sheet tonight. But they need to find more offensive play 5-on-5 in those situations, get more scoring from their forwards.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, you look at some of those players, young players that you coached on the AA team here too as well. I mean, Joey Del Greco, young player, sophomore, just a dynamic player. Easton Young stepping up in here and playing. I mean, those players don't look like first-year varsity players to me.
No, they don't. They don't look like first-year players. They look like veterans, and that can come into play a little bit with both of those guys that we just mentioned, and Easton Young and Joey Del Greco played for Team North in the Elite League for Coach Clafton and Coach Chito. They're both on that coaching staff for Team North, but they've played at an elite level before the season started. So, you get into the second half of the season right now, you shouldn't be considered a first-year player anymore anyways, but those guys that got the opportunity to play in the Elite League have got 15, 20 games ahead of everybody else. So they do have some young talent there, but there are sparks, and there are also parts of those players that I can tell just from being around the game for a little while that they do still make some rookie mistakes that I think as the years go on, those guys will continue to only get better and get better and better. Not the greatest ending if you're a Grand Rapids Thunderhawk fan, and I know if you're Coach Wade Chito, you're going back and you're studying some film, but there really is, just looking at this core of guys, a lot of promise in this Grand Rapids roster over the course of the next couple of years.
So a couple of things before we go. We just want to thank our sponsors again for their season-long commitment to Up North Hockey. For the 2019-2020 hockey streaming of high school hockey here on Up North Hockey. Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth. They offer casual family dining in a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or favorites from their full menu. The Rink Sports Grill offers 8 large screen TVs, 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never have to miss a minute of the game. The Rink Sports Grill offers large and small group seating with meeting areas available. Full menu, limited menu, or buffet. They can cater your event, party, or meeting. That's the Rink Sports Grill at 301 Hattrick Avenue in Eveleth. Check them out today. And also, Minnesota Twist Drill is a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey. They wish best of luck to all the players on the season ahead and to have fun. Again, we want to thank our sponsors, Minnesota Twist Drill and the Rink Sports Grill, for their season-long commitment here today. Well, Reed, Any final thoughts before we go here this afternoon?
No, I think it was a great opportunity for me to come and join the fantastic and well-known, as of late, Up North hockey crew and get the opportunity to jump on board with you guys. I appreciate the chance to join you here today. It was fun. It was. I want to thank you again for giving me the opportunity. There's going to be a lot more games here as you follow along with Up North hockey here over the course of the next month. A lot more opportunities to jump on board and catch some more live streaming of some high school hockey. I'm sure some of that schedule will be posted out here in the next couple of days with Randy and Blake, and I get a chance to get that up there. But moving on into the remainder of next week, for those that are kind of taking a peek at what's happening with Grand Rapids, I believe they play Hermantown on Tuesday. And then have Duluth East coming to the building Thursday night, which I do believe Up North will have that as well, live streamed here at the IRA Civic Center. But Grand Rapids, there's never a break when it comes to their schedule. There's always something right around the corner when it comes to a top-notch, top-level team, and they're going to be right up next to Hermantown, I believe, here. I think they said they play them. Maybe it's Greenway. But they do have Duluth East right around the corner on Thursday as well. Some big games over the course. And again, no break for the Thunderhawks because there's no easy parts to their schedule.
Right. They have a very competitive schedule every year. Play tough teams. A lot of Twin Cities teams. On their schedule. So they always. You look at their schedule every year, it's always very, very solid.
Yeah, they do. They have a large travel schedule, which not very many teams from up north can actually afford to do that. Of course, Grand Rapids, one of the very few teams in this area that play a AA schedule, so they kind of have to travel a lot down to the cities and backs 2, 3, maybe even 4 times. It is always very, very competitive and one of the top schedules in the state.
Well, again, we want to thank everybody for joining us this afternoon on our live stream. Sorry I didn't get shout outs to everybody out this afternoon with a lot going on, obviously. When Blake is here, Blake is more technically proficient with the streaming, so he knows how to work the camera and things like that. And I'm just keeping it the way it is. I don't want anything to go with the broadcast. I want the game to come on. So, But I mean, we've got some loyal followers out there. Adam F is one. We haven't heard from him in a couple days. Hopefully next week we'll catch back up with him. Does a lot of ice fishing. He watches the game live from his ice house.
That's a perfect place to watch it.
Gives a shout out there. So, yeah, certainly thank you, everybody, for taking time out of your day to join our broadcast this afternoon. So, looking ahead, our next game will be Tuesday night from the Hibbing Memorial Arena, a big Section 7A matchup between Eveleth Gilbert and the Hibbing Chisholm Blue Jackets, who got their first win of the season last night against Rochester Mayo. So that's going to be a big game between Eveleth Gilbert and Hibbing Chisholm coming up on Tuesday night.
Yeah, that should be a fun one, and it's a great Iron Range rivalry there between the Bears. The Bears in recent years have struggled, but this year and last year have been really, really good, and it's fun to see Coach Terrell build that program to where it is right now, and good for them. And good for Hibbing getting their first win on the board, and Coach Tomberlin there working hard to continue the tradition with the Hibbing Chisholm Blue Jackets. So that should be a good battle on Tuesday night, and I will be sure to at least follow the tweets as our girls will be at Duluth Marshall on Tuesday night.
Yeah, certainly you staying busy with coaching the girls team this year as well. But we appreciate all your comments. We appreciate your following. And most importantly, we appreciate you joining this afternoon. So thank you very much, Reed Larson, for stepping in when Blake was up in Roseau for a youth tournament this weekend. His brother's team is actually playing up there, Bantam AA. And he's doing some he's been doing some streaming this afternoon, so keep an eye on our YouTube channel in case he adds any more games there. But yeah, thank you again, Reed, for taking time out of your day to join us here, and I appreciate everything that you do for us. And we'll look forward to seeing you Thursday night when we come here for the big game between Grand Rapids and Duluth East.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, Randy.
Well, thank you very much, everybody, for joining. So for Reed Larson, I'm Randy Catron saying good afternoon and good evening from the IRA Civic Center. Final score this afternoon, Holy Family 4, Grand Rapids Thunderhawks 2.